I've been writing and looking and doing and trying to put my mind together. I'm just going to tell you the subjects I'm on, what I'm working on. I'm not sure what I'm going to go through in this video. There is so much information in games, in the alphabet. It doesn't matter if it's a car. It doesn't matter if it's a body. It doesn't matter if it's your tooth. You're going to have root canal. Every aspect of our being, of the human race, has been replicated in all aspects of life. And by putting this whole thing together, we can do what? Knowing the truth. So first we do the micro research in everything and understand the truth in the little matter. Because when you're at a factory and you're making nails, why are you making these nails? Or you're making screws, or you're making nuts and you're making bolts, and oh my God, you made a nut and a bolt. Or you're making lead, or you're making something to stick two wires together. And oh my God, look, they put two wires together and it's my computer. Wow, I didn't know how important it was. You don't know how anything is important until you know all the bits and pieces that just wiggle in here. Things you can put together in the science lab in here. But it goes even deeper to what you can see and what you can touch with your hands, to what you can manipulate within the holder of the light. Like an elastic band. Bang! The Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost. Games. I like to do games because I know some of the games. How come this and how come that? And knowing how come, you will understand it could be, it's like this to make it fair for both sides. But what if? And even to have that thought of what if, then it makes the whole difference. If there's a possibility to ask a question after you understand, knowing the difference will help you to accept, but you have to know the truth. You have to know it with your own eyes. So I go through it with my own rationale, right from when I was a child, when I went into grade school, before I even got there, it was mama and dada. 41, 14, 41. That's what it is. What is 5? 55. What is 1? Now, I'm not sure if I have the scale. There's just so many things. So I need to find positions of things. So I'm going to find a position of, I wasn't working on this. Since I went through this right now, let's go through something really, really basic. Let's talk about number 1. So right away by saying number 1, you're saying 9, because that's the 9 lives of the cat. Since it takes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 corners, since it takes, is this 4 corners? Is that 4 corners? Well, on a dice cube, it possibly is. On a dice cube, it possibly is, but it's not. You know why? Because there's an in-between space, and I don't see any in-between space. So I automatically have to do that. So when are we going to use this? And what is the difference between this and that? Well, the difference between this and that, in this, they have one of these. And that's a separator. That, my friend, is a separator. When you have your telephone and you have the star key and you have the 0 and you have the 9, they're explaining to you something. Explanation. The telephone is just the basic. The skull bones of everything is the basic rock bottom of what is there for you. You have the seed, you have the earth. What's inside the earth? What's inside number 5? What is number 5 telling you? Is it just a number? What if it was 5 grams of 28? Maybe that would just dissolve and turn away. Maybe that's why we need 28 grams before we get an ounce. Maybe that's why we need 16 ounces. Imagine with 16 ounces, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, 15, and 16. So you've went up to 8, then 9, and then up to 16. But by the time you got to 16, you were back at number 7 again. And this would be related to the game of pool. And now you've got your 16 ounces, 28 grams. So what is going to happen in this game of pool? And I'm going to be all over the place all the time because I get to teach a teeny little piece of something, and then we're just going to put that aside and build it and put it aside. We're going to keep building folders, and then we're going to go through the folders and say, 9 is on the other side. It's a bottom number. It's a single-digit number, but it's on the other side because the 9 is the birth 9. It represents N-I-N-E. It is in the TH family, and it's number 42. Number 42, 9 Lives of the Cat. That's why it's number 42, 9 Lives of the Cat. Do they say 9 Lives of the Cat in other languages? Is that an expression for everybody? Hey, Robin, walking down to my mailbox. Ooh. Hey, Robin, I didn't know you had to go that far to get to your mailbox. That means you're human. You're a male because you have the mailbox. Does everybody have the mailbox? Are you going to deliver anything with that mailbox? Oh, I don't know about you, man, but I wouldn't be walking around, and telling everybody about your mailbox, Hey, man, what about my mailbox, Oh, okay. What about my female box, What is it about the mailman? Every time you use the word man, you're talking about number 28. You're talking about Jesus. You're talking about the cycle. You're talking about Jesus. When you're talking about man, you're talking about number 28, the cycle of man. 7 by 4, 7 plus 4 equals to 28 equals to 11. There is no alphabetical letter for this, so 2 times 8, 2 plus 8 equals to 26, the God. 26, the God. 10, okay, gets an extra 5 or an extra 6, because that's what I started doing with this number. It's usually a 6. I'm not going to use the 5. So this 26 would be 26 plus 6 equals 32, or 26 plus 5 equaling to 31. And this would be the man cycle. And the reason for this is because I added on the 5. The 5 has the 1 dot in stowed, and the reverse of the 6 has the 1 dot on the opposite. You see, the 5 has got the 2 reverse, the 5-2 cycle. I want to call that the female cycle right now. Okay, the 5-2 cycle times 4. You got 28 grams, 28 to the cycle, and you got the moon cycle. 1 ounce is the moon cycle. And then the opposite of the 1 is the 6. And we have the man cycle, 1 and 6. I don't want to say God is a man, okay, because it doesn't work that way. But we rested on the man cycle of that 1, which is owned by and bestowed with all 4 corners. All 4 corners in number 5. We've got that over here. 41 and 23. Remember, 41 and 23, 2 ways to make 5. So we have 31 and 32. This is the man cycle. This is the B cycle creation, 32. This will create. This will create. This is number 5, and this is number 4. This is female, that 5, and this is the male 4. And the reason for this is because number 5 is 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, and the 12 is a bat mitzvah. You know, I can have a relationship with God, my personal relationship with God, right? Isn't that what it said? I mean, in order not to seem crazy, and you sort of, you know, pick and choose what you want out of the Bible, I pick and choose to have my special relationship with God. Division of the Omega gates, the 2 eggs, the one here and the one that never made it because it's still over there. You usually don't bring in duplicates. You have 1. You create 2, okay? But when 2 are created, if you have twins, actually 3 were created because you have to make another connection line, another spirit line has to be divided between 2 so you can live somewhere else. They have to keep readjusting you from whence you came and where you came to where you are now. It's we're not alone. I mean, we're not even I can't even describe it, but our physical and our mental manipulation of the organs is not only here, but it's played elsewhere through the vibration in the altar world, the world where before you chose to come to the prime world, which is here, and everybody knows prime is 1 because you're only 1 here, but what it takes to get here is more than 1. And the 1 is situated, okay, the 1 is situated in the 5 position, in between 4 and 1, 5, and in between 3 and 2, 5. 4 and 1 and 3 and 2. And both of them will create the numeric value for Yoelev, the student that will recreate the sun and the spirit of 76, along with letters of K and R. And that KR is King Roi. And that is located in the deck of cards. In the French cards, it is the R for Roi. Actually, OI coming together saying 10. Remember what 1 is. 1 is a line. Now, a lot of times we see a hook on that line. So that means have we extended out from somewhere to somewhere else? And then they put a flat line on the bottom. Wow, we've made a whole lot nicer, different, more geometric. That 1 is now starting to tell me a story. And you know what? On the telephone, they don't put no letters with 1. 1 don't get no name. 1 has no name. Who's the 1? The 1 creator, the 1 birth? Because it just in the word 1, O-N-E, it already says arts and entertainment, where A plays a role in E because it is an empty passage in E, or it's an addition on 2 other dots. This 2 does not play a dot until the addition of 3 enter it. Crossing over, when that 3 enters it, if it's a cross over, right, to get down to the 9, an 8 space, the crossover creates the extra space, but to go through it, you go through it with 3 and 7, because 3, what's in between 3 and 7? 4, 5, 6. DEF, Federation definition. 4, 5, 6 equals to 15, the Mars pass. 4, 5, 6 is 15. But when you go 1 to 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 35, electric company has to go around. The omega of alpha. The tav. Are you following what I'm speaking about? When 4 comes to 1, it's one thing. And when 4 comes with 1, it's one thing. When 3 comes with 2, it's something else. It's almost like saying, well, I'm French. Okay, I'm from that side of the border. I'm English. I'm from this side of the border. You can come from your area to my area, but you can't physically come here because I'm here. But if you do come here, you come through me. And that's how you get here, because I'm your heart and you're my lifeline. So the spirit becomes my lifeline and I become the heart that holds the lifeline in the soul. And that's why we get passage for number 5. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 4 is 7, plus 5 is 12, plus 6 is 18, plus 7 is 25, plus 25 years to life. 25 years and the insurance goes down. 25 on 7. 33 coming to the Christ of the heavens. 33 makes a 6. From an 8, 6 and 8, house planet. That is, let me see this. 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 equals 35. Electric company. Number 35. 12 creates both of them. Electric company, and it installs in the moon, because I'm not going to explain this. I'm going to explain why 35 installs in the moon, because the reverse of 35 to create 1 and 1, 7 plus 3. 7 plus 3, 5 plus 5. 7, 5 is the moon, 35 is that electric company. And the reason this comes in and it's female, it's because 1 times 2 equals 2 and 1 plus 2 equals 3. And this is where your 5 comes out. And your 1 and 2, your 12, okay, is what creates it. It creates the 5 and it creates the 3. 3, 1, 3 will create the 7. I don't want to get into that. 7 and 5 is the moon. 55 is your sky pass, because the word sky and pass both equal to numeric value 55. 55 will recreate 25 and 10, 5 times 5, 5 plus 5, and it equals to 35 again. So everything talks about it. This one over here will create man. Creates number 31. 73 equals 31, and 65 equals 41 and 11. And this one equals 41 and 19. This one is in creation, and this one becomes a spirit. This one is the student. And this one is the gateway to the red sun. And 72 and 71 goes with this. '72 and 17. Only 9 and 8 recreate these. The 1 and the 2 through the gateway. And the 1 and the 2 through the gateway is right here. Here's the 2 in the center of the 4. And here's the 1 in the center of the 4. You don't need, the greatest distance is what we're looking for. Everything in between is a part of a life. It's something else. Although it might have as much space as everywhere else, it's inside the house and not outside the house. Unless you build it this way, now we've divided the house. Fake roof. So I did this. We did this thing on Jesus. This also comes in, right, with the 7/4 equals to the 39 and the 17. This 17 over here, okay, is your Q. The reverse of Q is J. Now, there's a whole other story explaining this. Queen, Jack. Jack is a representation of Earth. The J letter is 10, which is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10, and the 24-hour day. And there's an implication in this, because there are 6 days equaling to 144 hours, plus the 24 hours of rest. So now, are you keeping up with me? "24 hours of rest, reset." the 144 hours, 24 hours of rest. Okay, that is reset. Okay, just let me go back and see. There's something else I wrote. Boy, it's not here. It's not here. I didn't find it. I'm going through all of this book tonight. I have to find it. I wrote it down. Wow, that's unbelievable. Did I write it in this book? Did I write it in this book? Hold on a second. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. No, this is not possible. Four areas of 20. Remember what 80 is. 4 areas of 20. Days of rest. 6 days of rest. 100. Oh, here it is. It's right here in front of me. I couldn't see it. God rested on the 7th day. It was a rest area. So the rest area is 24 hours. Rest area or reset. Star set. This will represent the 19th and 20th letter. They are how can I there's so many things that go with this. We count 1 to 18, okay? And then we count from 19 to 36 in roulette. But we must overlap, right? We count 1 to 18, but I must overlap on the other side. So I will go count from 1 to 20 to get the heart, okay? And the other side will count from 36 down to 17. And they will lock horns over here between 17 and 20. I can go to 21. Okay, this is my first equation. Okay, 1 and 21. And one of the things is in one world, we need the heart. So we need the extra number. So I might have to go here, okay, as saying 1 through 21, and then 36 through 16. And here's my 37 and my 39. And this is exactly what it talks about on this roulette wheel. 33 and 4, 37, 16 and 23, 39 and 23 and 14, 37, 35 and 4 is 39, 4 and 33, 37. So the whole wheel almost goes that. There's a few variations near the 0 where 28 and 26 do not. Cycle of the dog. And here's Electric Company and the Venus World Sun, the bad cat. I just do that real quick. That's what it says, BAD, bad. So what happens is we get this over here. And I never like to put 1 and 2. When 1 and 2 comes together, I need to create another number because everything exists in 5 and 6. Here is your spirit area. Here is your spirit of Mars. Here is your moon spirit of Mars quarter cycle. When you see Mars, it expresses Earth. And this is your arts and entertainment. This is one of the reasons for GameStop right here. Game 26, 39, and 31, 70. GameStop in rotation of 76 and 44 area. The minus and the plus, and is your GameStop number 87, which is created by mathematics of Q, which is created by the heart of Earth, or in the heart of Earth, by the numeric values of 52, where 5 creates half, where 2 doubles up. I mean, you do know that, right? I don't want to use a new paper. I'm just going to show you. 2 times 4 equals 8. Okay? 8 times 5 equals 4. 40, but I don't count the 0. Okay? The only difference with this is because in this situation, there are special situations because it comes out to 40, right? I would have to go and add that to 6. It would come out to 10. And I would add the 6, it would end up coming out to 7 at the end. So this equation will now come out to 8 and 7. So here it shows me the sun of Pluto. And then because of the exchange, because I had an O inside of it, it now shows me the gateway to the heavens. Another way to say F, and it's created from number 17. If I would go 0 equals 5, right, in this situation, I would end up with the 9 birth. And that gets reversed into the 6 anyways. And 7 is a reflection of that birth. So we have that over here. Did you understand any of this? Game equals 26. 7, 8, and 13. 21 and 5, 26. Card equals 4, 22, 26. Here's your rest area. RE. When you have 9 to 5, the 5 and the 9 are opposites of each other. It's in a game, okay? It's in a game, and it's more than, less than. These arrows. And in the game, I have numbers all over the place. And in the game is the game of craps. And it's about these dice cubes. It's about these dice cubes. Look at that. I got 11. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the mirror. 1 and 2 are one-time rolls. Okay. 5 and 6. They're one-time rolls. They have a certain payout if you bet on them for the one time. If you bet on the pass line and all the rules of the game, if you bet on the pass line before the puck is on the white side, white on, black off. So what are these telling you? It comes in our wiring, the white wiring and the black wiring. What does that wiring tell you if you want to use that scenario? Right? But it's a round puck, and it says off or it says on. And, anyways, this is what it is. And this is your student creation. And the way to create this is 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 1 equals 2. And the way to create this is 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 5 equals 6. The other way to create this is 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5 equals 6. In this scenario, see the X? This is your addition. So the first one up here equals 6. And the other one, okay, will equal 5. And in the one down here, the 2 times 3 equaling to 6, the 6 is the multiplication. So this one is equal to 6. Here it was equal to 5. And now we can't put these two together. If you put them together, you won't see them. They'll be lost. So 6 and 5 become a whole in themselves. And number 5 is this. Because we have to reach the far corners. The farthest corners will give us a mathematical equation between straight and diagonal. What is that math configuration? I don't know. I'd like to know it. And this one over here will tell me about number 5. So 6 and 5 come together as the same, and 5 and 6 come together as the same when these two worlds come together over here. And then 2 times 1, 2 plus 1 will create your 5 value. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1 equals to 3 equals to 2. So now this has created this situation over here. So what created this to create this to create this? Where did this come from? How is this created? This is created through the sun system. Let me see if I can back this up where the sun system is. The Great Reset. Okay, here's the equation. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals 4 and 5, or 5 and 4. You multiply it, okay, you multiply it, equals to 20, equals to 9. You add it, it equals to 29. You minus it, it equals to 11. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 plus 2 is 11. RK could be the rookie. Now, when you come down here, since it's number 14, okay, number 14, which creates the 5, 4, because, hold on a second, just give me a second, just give me a second. I'm looking for something. Here's your 11. The only way to create 11 is with 6 and 5. That's the only way to create 11. The way to create your 18 is, I don't remember which other way we had to create the 18. I'm just trying to think how I brought this together. Well, number 23 is 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals to the 6 and 5. Hold on a second. There's something I'm a little off with over here. Just give me a second. I brought this whole equation together and I don't know how. Number 29, 6 plus 5 equals to 11. 29. Okay, and I'm just looking at this. Just give me a second. How did I make these two equations come together? Okay, this is what happens. 2 times 3 equals 6. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 5 times 6 equals 30. 5 plus 6 equals to 11. 30 plus 11 equals to the 41. So now the 41 that created this scenario, okay, is created by the number 23, which creates this scenario, which creates the 14, which creates the birth, which creates the king, which creates Venus, resident angel, 10 plus 8 through the sun system. The reason I say the sun system is because this is your base. You add another base, it equals to here's your first 360. There are 4 times 360 in a day for 1,440 minutes to go by. It's the sun system because 18 and 18 equals to 27. Win a big red sun. 27 goes with the electric company. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. So this is where eight is actually gives us a value of 1, because every time you do something with an 8 over 8 is 16. 1 plus 6 equals 7. Plus 8 equals 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6. So 8, 8, 8 equals 8, 7, and then 6. And that is your 21. And they all play in each other in the deck of cards. Whatever I write down is because it exists. Whatever I do is because somebody created it. I don't make anything up. I just do the math. I'm going to read some of the things. So you see how number 14 comes in. And number 65 is the 11th student. And it is the student, or for the numeric value because of the student. Okay. And then the student, okay, is recreated. The same numeric value for the student is recreated through the numbers in Mars. And when you show the 1 and the 5 on the dice, Mars, you're actually talking about 6. Okay, you're talking about 6. When you throw the 1 and the 5, the opposite of the 6 is the 1. You're talking about 5, okay, runs 6 because it has the full dot, plus it got the 4 corners running to this side and this side, transferring from one side to the other side. There's never 9. You always run 7 of 9. 2 of them are in and out. One is a singular moon, and then there's an in and out to a singular moon, to an in and out of a singular moon. And a sun. Okay, let me read. Let me go warm up my tea a little bit. So much information, so much art that has to be designed in order to see the true figure of where everything is. And you can't stop the flow of knowledge no matter what. And the Great Reset is from all these injections that we've been getting through our lives, and the food and everything else that has been put into the system has an alternative reality to it. It changes us. It takes away from the altered state we have already been in, and it's removing the altered state. And they can't, how the system was made is you can't stop something. There's only so much you can block, and you can't block the rest, according to what so not my thesis, my what do you call it anyways? I mean, everybody knows it's just a theory, the Big Bang theory, you know, and then everybody has a theory of something, I think, and maybe, and the possibility, and I can sell it to you. I can sell you the possibility and the theory of something, but if you can't create it or recreate it or understand from where it comes, then what is that possibility? So we have to go to the nitty gritty, something you can go at home, buy yourself some square paper and a pen, and then try and figure out what's what. There are 9 spaces on here, but if you count 1 to 9, it equals to 45. Now, if it equals to 45 and each one of these are put together individually, there are 27 of these. And if there are 27 of these, that would be 27 times 45 times 6 equals 7,290, and that's the exact diameter of the Earth. 7,290, which is 25, 625, 7, 6, 7. The Mayan. Look up right now. 25,920. The Mayans. All this information cannot be hidden. Otherwise, you stop the flow, the bloodline of the entire planet. That's why possibility, they say when we all think together, things happen. But we really have to think and believe to send that information through. But then how do we stop it? Are we in the world we should be in? We just have to think it and let it be. True or not true? Everything's a story. Putting together information, just a story. This channel is not real. Everything is just pieces and parts of something that doesn't go anywhere, that it doesn't belong. I'm hungry. Just give me a second. I'm just a little hungry. Okay, I'm back. Oh, of course, of course. Just give me 1 second. Time is at 8:04. 8:04. Just give me a second. I'm looking at a few things. Where's pretend I'm not here yet. Imagine I got my socks up here. What happened to my phone? Oh, I put it here. Just give me a second. I got to check something out. Okay. Okay. I was looking it over, and just let me keep reading over here. I know it's been a little bit quiet. Yeah, buy bull. Yeah, buy bull. Now, uh, bull means many things, because if it's a bull market, it means it's up and it's coming and it's bull and it's good. Uh, when you tell a story and you think it's BS, why would it be BS? Because it's above all means. That's the bull market, above all means. That's good. I wish I can remember all that Chaldean also. Yes, yes, I've been on Gematria. Yes, absolutely. The 66th book of Revelation. Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to write that down. The 66th. Listen to this. That's very interesting. The 56th. How do you, it's so even hard to say. How do you say TH with 54, 55th, 56th, 54th, 53rd, 52nd, 51st, 59th, 58th, 57th, 56th, 55. I'm having a trouble saying it. My tongue is slipping through my teeth. So try it at home. Is your tongue slipping through your teeth? Two bulls, two Tauruses. Ah, very interesting. Two Tauruses. So because the bull horns go out this way and a little this way, when you put two bull horns together, it'll create an area in between. Okay, so I'm going to go back to what I just did over here. My tea is ready. I'm going to get my hot water. So continue on that 2-minute break. I mean, you're here, right? Just take 2 minutes. Take it easy. I can't go running through this. It's just a complete process. You know, there's a total process. Just remember and try this at home. Participate. 8, okay, is A, and 7 is B, and 6 is C, and 5 is D. What is 9? 9 is 0. See the chair? It says judge. Judge. Just want to put that up there if I can. You think it'll stay there? What can I put on it for it to stay? No. What happened to my tea? We're in just this wild ocean. Okay, so I'm going to go back to where I was. Thank you for the 5-minute break you allowed me to take. Well, if it was worth losing, then it wasn't worth having. Time. They hijacked the code and made you all slaves. Duplicated us. I'm not sure what they did. I'm might not even be real, but it is real. I know it's real. It's Israel. IS. IT is the IT system. The IS is 919. That is the AI. The IS is the AI, and the IT, okay, is the IT system of AI. Just like it's not JA, it's JI, because 5 was replaced, was taken and put inside 9. It was put inside 9 over here. 5 is put inside 9 over here. And in the deck of cards as well, 5 is replaced inside of 9. 4 corners and a center dot, 4 corners and a center dot, 4 corners and a center dot. So the 10 is telling us when we add up 1 to 4, the 10 will now tell me, and not 1 to 4 in here, because this is more than one house. This is a duplicated house. You see, this one's upside down. So this represents 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the game of craps, the 4 is the reversal of 10, and that's your 41. So your 4 is reversal of 10, and it's 41. So this is the beginning of your DNA, and it goes along with this scenario over here, where your 6 and where 1 and 1 will end up creating 2 and 3, where 2 and 3 create 6 and 5 will recreate your 41. I'm not sure. I never have the proper. Don't like the focus. Okay, so that's what happens. So it recreates your 41. Your 41 will recreate your angel over here, 18. I told you 18 and 18 equals 27 as much as it does 360, and it takes 4 times to create 1440, and it takes times 4 to create 5760, and that is the number you're looking for. And this is the number. When you find this number, and with this number, this is your 4th day. Your 3rd day is 4320. This is your vibration. This becomes your moon cycle of 60. I forget where the 60 comes from. Comes from 54, the sun. 54 and 6 to create it. Anyways, this is your cycle of 60. Where does this come from? Well, the Hebrew New Year, 5760, is the year 2000. 3 days will create 4,320 DC creation of 20, 1 through 20. All you need is 1 through 20, and everything was made from 1 through 20. 2 is an expression card. It tells you the 2 sides, the 2 houses, the above and the below. Then it shows you that angle. And when you connect these together, it creates a Budweiser bow tie, saying it's slanted. It needs to be slanted to be above, it's over there. Below, it's over here. So now you have above and below on this side, above and below on this side. So by just saying above and below, right? By just saying above and below, it's above here and below here. So this one gets part of this house over here, and this one gets part of this house over here. Do you follow what I'm saying? And now you have the N letter that comes into the scenario. Prior to, I think, my break, I spoke about this. Why this? I have to think about it myself. 8 and 1, 7 and 2, 6 and 3, 5 and 4. Because when you go 9 plus 9 equals to 18, 1 plus 8 equals to 9. So there is 0 movement with this. 9 has 0 movement. Rotation of 9 is through 6, because the 6 shows you that its opposite and its runner is the 1, and then the runner inside 5, the energy, which is imploded inside of 9. Okay, we have 9 areas here, but it's that 1 in the center will rotate all areas of 6, because the two other areas are two areas that are not here. It would be moons on another planet compared to the moon on this planet. When you have the 5, you have 4 empty spaces. When you have the 6, you have the 3 empty spaces. But actually, okay, I should just go BC, because there's not 3 empty spaces. This one automatically takes up this space because of its opposite. I just want to say CB. It's the only 7 that you have. So it's 6 and 3 void. So it's 6 and 3 void. This is 7 and 2 void. And this is 8 and 1 void. So your mathematics are 18, 27, 36, 54. When you add them together, this one will end up saying 27. Then it will say plus 18 equals to 36. And then plus 18 will equal to 45. 3 and 1, 4. 8 and 6, 36, 18. 8 and 6, 14. 3 and 1, 4. 4, 1, 4 exchange. And I'll only do this. Sorry, am I off the camera? I'll only do this 4 times. After that, I'm on the other side. The reverse of these numbers, the reverse of 8, okay, the true reverse of 8, okay, is, I'm just trying to think. The true reverse of 8 is 6. The reverse of 7 is 7. The reverse of 6 is 8. The reverse of 5 is 9. That's in the game of craps, and it's this side for high and for low. When I do this, why I say 7 is 2, it also explains itself in math. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. So I reduced 2. And this is where the moon comes in and Christ comes in through the moon and the sun, through this creation over here. Another 7 will be 21. 2 plus 1 equals to 3. So now 7 went from 7 to 5 to 3, and it's a shotgun. 27 and 35. 62. 15 and 20. 35. 15 and 20. Okay, so when you have one more 7, it equals to 28. 2 and 8 equals to 1. So it retrogrades. Okay, when Levet talks about retrograding, this one retrogrades. 7 retrogrades by 2. 8 retrogrades by 1. 9 does not retrograde at all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? 4 sections of 20 told to me by the French are telling me every one of these sections in their own are 20. 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 40, 60, 80. And then I have the 80 is 160. And then I have the center of 20 is 180 is a total face, if I want to look at it that way. If you want to understand why, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just going to use the outside, and the outside is a total of 1 and 9 and 3 and 7. The 1 and 9 goes like this, and the 3 and 7 goes straight through. The 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 equals to 15 and 10. Joy. And the 1 through 9, 1 here and 9 here, is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equals to 35 plus 10. That is your electric company in the sun equals to 45. And then you're going to get a 6 equaling to 51. And it runs through Mars. So your AI runs through Mars. 15 and 10 equals to 25, which is Earth, plus 6 equals to 31 man, and it will create the spirit of the moon. And this full cycle, because 91 times 4 equals 364 days. Whoa, no one has seen anything, eh? Did anybody see anything? 7 by 7 by 7 equals 343. CDC plus 7 equals 21. You know, you only need 2 multiple signs, 10, 10, in order to create 3 numbers. This is 364. All your 7s working together. 3 by 6, 18. 18 by 4, 72. Half of this day and half of that day. 720 and 720. Half and half. So this is this relationship over here, the reduction. 5 and 5. What 5 will do, 5 will bring you down to reduction of 4. So if you say 5 and 5 equals to 10 equals to 1, plus 5 equals to 6. Okay, so 5 and 5 equals to 1, plus 5 equals to 6, plus 5 equals to 2. So 5, with 5, you advance 1. So let's get this on another piece of paper. I'm going to put a card here because I want to come back here. Let me go to the next page here. Maybe I can do it on the back. So this is what it is. 9 and 9 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. So it's the same. So it's 0. 9 equals 0. 8 and 8 equals 16 equals 1 plus 6 equals 7. So that means it moved 1. 8 equals 1. 7 and 7 equals to 14. 1 plus 4 equals to 5. Moves 2. 7 moves 2. 6 and 6 equals to 12 equals to 1 plus 2 equals to 3. The half-life church, the resident angel of Venus, all created by Jupiter. This is the gateway to the half-life. This is the female through the sun. This one becomes creation of alpha beta, root through the female. Moves 3. 6 equals 3. 5 equals 5 and 5 equals 10 equals 1 plus 0 equals 1. 5 equals 1. So 5, 5, 5 equals to 15 equals to 6. So now first 5 goes over to 1, then 5 goes over to 6, then 5 goes over to 2, and then 5 goes 10, and then it goes 15, and then it goes 20, and then it goes 25, and then it goes 30, then it goes 35, then it goes 40, 45, 50, 55. So it starts over at 55 is the first level. 55 is the first level, okay, from when it once began. The first level right here is 55. That's when everything begins. So we go, this will be 1, this will be 6, this will be 2, this will be 7, this will be 3, this will be 8, this will be 4, this will be 9. This one is also 2. This will be 5, and this will be 1. These two are special. These are special because they have zeros with it, so they're going to change. So first 5 goes down 4, and then it rises up 1 from its original number. Now, every second step, 5 goes up 1, skip 2, skip 3, skip 4, skip 5. Now you go to the next level, it goes 6, skip 7, skip 8. So it's counting together, and it reaches back to itself when it reaches 55 again. So this is the cycle of the counting of 5. So this is what 5 does. So it retrogrades, and as it retrogrades, it advances. So when you get the 4, okay, so 4 and 4 equals to 8, which is 4 equals to 8, plus 4 equals to 3, plus 4, 3 plus 4 equals to 7, and then 7 plus 4 equals to 2. So 4, again, is retrograding. First, it goes up to 8, and after it passes the 8, it goes to 7, and then it goes to 2, and then 2 and 4. Then it goes to 6. So now it does the same thing. It goes 8 to 7 to 6, and then it goes 3 to 2, and then 6 plus 4 equals to 1. So now it's 4, it retrogrades. And with 5, it goes forward. Every second one, 5 is going up, 5 is going up, and 4 is going down. Whoop, can you see that? 5 is going up. Do you understand what's happening here? 4 is equal to, I'm not even going to say this, up, down. No, the 5 is going up, and the 4 is going down. When we get to the 3, okay, when you get to the 3, you need 3 and 3 and 3 equals to 9. Now you need 3 more equals to 12. Now you have the female, and the female is on the 4 times 3. That's when everything starts. 4 by 3 equals to 12. With the 4, you need 3 by 4. And DC, everything starts by DC. 7 times 7 times 7, CDC. Just give me a second. I want to take a sip of my tea. This is a huge process. There's tons and tons of things that go on. I mean, it's like a mechanical instrument. So, right, 24 quarters, yes. 24 quarters. Maybe that's why we have the intermission of 15 minutes. So we see what's happening. Now, in order to get to the next level with number 3, we have to, it only begins in the 4th level. Now remember, 2, 3, and 4 levels. The 3rd level of 4, the 2nd level of 5, everything is the 2nd level until 4. Then you have to go 3 times 4 and 4 by 3. And then when it comes to 2, it's 5 times 2 equals to 1. And then 6 times 2 equals to 3. And then 7 times 2 equals to 5. So now the 2 makes you, the 2 starts on the 5th level in the E world and makes you go up 2 at a time, where the 7 makes you go down 2 at a time. So with the 2, okay, you go up. And with the 7, you go down. With the 8, you go down. With the 1, you go up. And the same thing is done with this cube. So numerically, this cube is actually telling you the exact true story of how the numbers work. Because 1 and 8 are both on here. 1 brings you up and 1 brings you down. The 2 and 7 are over here. The 2 brings you up and the 7 brings you down. The 3 only starts to work. You see, first of all, the 1, before it becomes repeating itself, you have to do it 10 times. You must do the 1 10 times. You must do the 2 10 times 1, and you start over. 5 times 2, and you start over. 4 times 3, and you start over, but you begin at 3. 3 times 4, and you start over. 33, 12, 21, 33. 2 times 5, and you start over. The same thing as 5 times 2. 6 times 2 equals 12 equals 3. I'm just trying. Oh no, hold on. It should have been 2 times 6. Okay, and then you have 2 times 7, 2 times 8. 9 never starts over at all, so you're going to have 1 times 9. No, 2 times 9 equals to 18, equals to 9 again, equals to 16, equals to 7, equals to 14, equals to 5. So here is your basic structure of what goes on with the numbers. This is the basic structure. See, we only need 10 of them over here, but this one is special. This becomes the 7th gate because there's a 0 on it. This one over here, it becomes part of the 7th gate also because there's a 0 on it. So you have 77 between these two numbers. This is where Earth comes in, and this is the female comes in. Here's where the God, the gateway comes in, and electric company through the sun. We have to create it twice so we can recreate the first set of numbers. Remember, there's 2 sets of numbers. There's 1 through 9, and there's 10 through actually 19. But it actually, everything starts over only on 21. Because the first time you say 1, it's here first. The next time you say 21st. So it's here is stage 1, here is stage 2. When you add 1 through 20, it equals to 210. That's your birth in the moon. Not happy this can't put my camera straight. So we see what's happening, and then we have the L, L, J, L, N. Right over here, this is DNA. Now this is the half-life, and that's where the gateway comes in. See, this part is the sun. Bringing these two parts together, the 7 and the 8, which is the G and the H, it's the sun, the church, the spirit. It's 91 parts of a 4-part cycle, 364 plus 1.25, add on Earth, add on the one spirit of Earth. We brought 333 as the pigs, 3434, 26 repeats that. That's your God. That's controlling your 347 and your 268, your 9, your 10, your 11, your 7777, 7777. The creation for the just to pass onto the other side. You pass on the other side. You start with the female at 3. This one over here will create a 7, so it'll be 7. This one is 10 equals to 1. This one has a 0 here, so it's actually 7 times 1 equals to 7. That's the real equation that's going to come into here. So this one, this equation over here is going to tell you I reduce by 2, meaning my gateway, I divide my gateway by 2. And that creates your 8. I'm not too sure how much more I can say about this. We've been here for an hour and 13 minutes. I think it's long enough. There's things I need to talk about. The 5 yards and the 10 yards. Is a box a 5-yard or a 10-yard? We still have to talk about certain things. I built this design to show you that here's an X. And then over here, okay, is like this. And here is the here is number 14, and here is number 23. Do you remember I spoke to you about the equation over here? How 1 and 1 creation will create 2 and 3, create 6 and 5, and then it recreates the DNA, the birth of the red sun, and the spirit of 76, because 16 will create the 7 and 6, will create the 4, 2, 1, 3 straight. The mathematics, plus and minus. plus and minus, plus and multiply, I mean. So this recreates, and then here is 14 and 23, and what happens is it creates this scenario over here. And then that scenario over here, I'm not sure exactly where the center is. Where would you say the center is? Is the center here? That's way below center. Is the center here? Should I run this as the center? Or should I run this? No. I'd have to run this as the center. And I create that cube-like. And I create from 14 passing through the red area and then here. And then what happens, just like in one of the pieces that I didn't finish yet, in the gematria, what happens was M and N comes to N, it becomes 1 and 1. Is that where your 11 comes in, where you divided M and N, where the 12th letter and the 13th letter, the male and the female, come in with the 14th letter and the 15th letter. So your 29 and your 25 come in together. Total of 54, that is your birth. You minus it, it's 0.4, and that's a replica of your 10. Do you follow what I'm saying? The below and the above. These two above, L and M, and then N and O. Now we connect M and N together. We got 27. M plus N equals to 27. So below it, we have 25, and above it, we have 29. So this is your birth. This is the center C reversal from right to left on the piano. This is your earth. 54 creates the sun. 25 is your earth. 29 is your birth, and this will create the sun birth. And again, back to number 29 again. What actually will happen is when we count backwards in numbers, we're going to count the letter A over to the letter N, and then we're going to connect the letter Z over to the letter M. So when we go this way, okay, we end up with 91 plus 14 equals 105, the hand of God. And then the reversal obviously is going to be more, 351, or is it 315? Is it 315 or 351? I think it's 351. I'm just trying to think what the reverse alphabet is. If I count the reverse alphabet, I would get 91. Take away 91. 91, I get 260. 260 counting to here. I think it's 273. 364 total. And what this is I go A to M and I crisscross. I crisscross over to this side. I go from A over to N, and then I go from Z over to M, and I have 14 letters and 14 letters, keeping these two together and shared between two sides. But they usually need, we're going to have to go with LMNOP. Okay, and we're going to connect M and L for 25 and O and P for, K, I think it's KLMNOP. Anyways, I'm going to count the 2 to the left, M and L for 25. If I count the K, it's 36. And then O and P is 31 plus 14 is 45. So LOVE, Earth. Love Earth. I'm just crisscrossing my wiring. So when you come into the game, you can put your 3 wires on. So if I crisscross my wiring from A all the way to P, 1 through 16, that'll equal to 120 plus 16 equals 136, the 613 laws of Moses. And if I would connect the backwards alphabet, I'm not going to do it the other way because I don't know what the number is. But this way, it equals to 136. Do you follow what I'm talking about? I need to plug in my P-O-N. These two lock. It shows it locks over here in the gematria counting, the pyramidal counting, where 66 comes together right here. The seventh one is right over here. You see the way the opposites come together? So if I'm going to bar it to create the ace, I'm going to bar it between 54. The crossroads come together at 66, and 66 is the seventh gate because of the point of the pyramid is right here. Spirit of 76 is right here, showing you on the gematria count. And we have to check how we're going to build the gematria scale over here. So this part, okay, this is the roulette table. And this is what the roulette table shows you. 56 is the student. And then we're going to connect the wings. And I don't know if we can connect the wings, but I always, hold on a second. I always like to connect the wings. I don't know if I should have did that. Hold on a second. Wow. What happened to my, okay, I think this is it. No, I'm looking for my green marker. Right now, my green pencil. So, oh no, I didn't want to do that either. And 23, 24, 25. Okay, now down here, I can put two wings. Up here, I only can put one wing. See, it's like a kite. Because down here, okay, this is 25 red, and this is 27 red. So this is going to create two wings. So the Star of David is replicated only on one side of this. This is your cube. Okay, and now the whole thing is, since I did it down below, we must do it up above. And there is your cube. And this is 111 right over here. 111. And if I go up this way, this is 111 inside here. 111 plus 14, 125 memory. 111 plus 23 is 134 DC. So this is the roulette design. This is obligation. If I want to show the true obligation, I will show it to you like this. And this is where my slanted world comes in. See the 8, the way it's built? And it's like going through on this angle here. And these are all wrong. This is supposed to be, I think, 3 by 2. The real design for that should be a minimum of this size. And the reason I place this over here is because the roulette table tells me this area here is 35 to 1. Do you see the way that it creates an artwork design in it? The letter I's, the letter H's. So these are 35 to 1. This is an 8 to 1, and it shows you 4 boxes. So 8 to 1, 4 boxes, 20, 40, 60, 80. That's the most you can get. You can get 80 and 80. So if I put a chip here, I'll get these 4. If I put a chip here, I get these 4, and it pays 8 to 1. So there's a whole story inside of there. And I'm going to assume that each one is worth what? Each box is worth what? 10? What is each box is worth? 15, because it's a 3 by 2 box. And that's an obligation because the roulette table tells me to make it a minimum this size. 3 by 2. Over here, I did it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 1, 5 by 3, electric company style. 5 by 3 and 3 by 2. 5 by 3, 3 by 2. I need to figure out exactly which one. See, this one has a dividing line over here. Now, this one has a center dividing line. I have a chip I can put over here, okay, the in-between chip. Now, should there be as much area space for a chip here in between or not? I don't know. But I can make this bigger until I understand it a little bit more. Still, we didn't do the football field and how we're going to divide up the football field, the red zone, right? The 6 points and the 1 point. I still didn't talk about the 6 days and 1 day and the day of rest, or the 5 days and the 2 days. The 7 card, okay, the 7 card has 5 up and 2 down. The 5 dice has 5 on one side, 2 on the other side. We have the week and we have the weekend, 5 and 2. The total is 7, but 5 is created, okay, for the female, and 6 was created for the male, according to this work, the half-life work. And I could be wrong about that, okay? But this is the only true 7 that is opposite of the 6. 6 and 8 are opposite each other, and they play inside the deck of cards. See these 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. So it's talking about the male connecting heavens. So that if it's a male, that means it has to be a plug like this. So the pig has to be a female, right? The pigs normally have between 18 and 21 nipples for a pig. 6 times 3, 7 times 3. And that is your connecting numeric value in roulette, 18 and 21. One on one side of the board, the other on the other side of the board. Sky's a Saturn representation. I put 6 days, 1,440 the first day, 2,880, 288 the next day, the purple skies, the dividing skies. Our vibration, the year 2000. 720 is a half a day. 1440 is a full day. 720, 720 minutes is a half a day. But a half of a full metric day is 5,760 is your full metric day. But here we need to get 1,444 times to get this cycle inside that cycle. This is the day, this is the 4-day cycle. It takes 4 days to create the cycle, 3 days in vibration, and then 1440 towards the 7th gate. But a 6-day cycle will bring you 8640. Well, that 8640 is 86,400 seconds in a day. 4, 6, and 8. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. We spoke about Q. Oh, we didn't talk about here's the 313 week. 1480, 288, 432, our vibration. Then we start back on day 1 again. Day 2, day 3, day 1. Day 1, day 2, day 3. And the reason I've come up with this cycle is because this is the cycle of man. This is what will recreate the numeric value of 19 and 91. 13 times 7 equals 91, and 4 by 7 equals the 28th cycle. 1 and 3 is 4. 3 by 7 equals to 21. 4 plus 11 plus 10. This is 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, telling us about the multiplication or telling us about the addition. This is my star key explanation. Dashes and dots were the value of a singular dot, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 different ways to put them. So the 6 days and the 1 day, there's a 6-day cycle and a 1-day cycle. There's a 5-day cycle and a 2-day cycle. This one, 5-2, representing Earth's heart and female. 6-1, representing the church and the male. When Q comes out, 10 comes out, then we get 27. 10 creates Q, creates 27. The red sun creates electric company. When you have 10, you have 1. When you have 1, you have J, and S is also in the 1 family. The reverse of that on the cube is Fox. As well, 1 plays a role inside E, A, and E. The reverse E is the letter V. Everything is telling a different story. Nu is number 5. Now, why did I bring 5 inside of here? Because to create 17 and 10, you need Earth's heart to create Q. And that would be 2 and 5. And 2 and 1 is created 5. Anyways, I'm getting a little tired. 6 and 7, 1 and 7, 3 and 7. That's what the different sevens do. Equals to 13, equals to 4, and 6 equals to 8, and 7 equals to 3 and 7. Just repeats itself. This one is man. DC is man. Man, DC. DC, disconnect or power. This one is our gateway, our GH. And this one is our half-life. 1 times 4, 1.5 times 4 equals 6. That's our half-life from Mars. The opposites, together, the opposites, but everything plays. It's all about 5 and 6. Okay, 5 and 6 is the holder of 1 and 2, creation. Let me see if there's anything else. Going through this really quick. Oh, and then there's the bowling. Since there's 4 sections, right, of 4, it's all in 3 and 1 and 3 and 1. Why it's 3 and 1 is because the first 3 strikes will give you your first 30 in the first frame. Your next 3 strikes will give you 30 in the next frame. Your next 2 strikes, we're not going to talk about any more bowling. We're going to give you 20 and your last strike 10. So you go 30, 60, 80. This is where the separation is, even in the game of craps. And then you have 90 your birth, and then 90 your birth. And then in the 9th and 10th frame, you get to have 4 strikes in the 9th and 10th. This is 1 through 4th frame. This is 5th through 8th frame. And only in these 2 frames, you get a whole 90 in the 9th and 10th. And that's where 9 lives of the cat comes to play. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 10 in the 9 lives of the cat. Oh, boy. Dividing 1 area, dividing 2 areas, the dollar sign telling us a difference. Okay, that's it. I'm tired. I want to go relax. Take it easy. Thank you for being here. 80, yes, 80. Actually, there's 4 downs. First down, second down, third down, fourth down. But on the 4th down, you're kicking, right? Normally you're kicking. Sometimes you go for it. If there's anything to say it now. You want my email, help support the channel. Thank you very much for now.